Okay, so this next question is in regard to the pack system. For this is the EXO April Equipment Assessment Challenge. It says, "What issues with comfort or performance have I experienced from the pack on previous hunts? Do I need to do better understand the proper fitting and loading of the pack? Is my current pack capable of fitting me properly? Testing, weight ranges, things like that." Okay, so I'm going to go over my current pack setup. Okay, so this doesn't have the bag on it, but I do run the EXO K4 frame and a 3600 bag. There's no bag on it right now because I usually do training hikes with different weights of sandbags and workouts, things like that. As far as customizability, this are the 26.5-inch stays. I did cut them down to, it's probably just over 20, it's probably 26 and a quarter or somewhere around there. I had someone else actually cut it. I have access to a machine shop. They cut them for me. I can't remember how much they took off. It wasn't very much though. Um, Other stuff that I have, hip belts. So I run this marsupial padded um, pouch. I like it better than the than the EXO one, because it has two pockets. Usually I'll put like snacks and things that I want to eat in here. It's got some stuff in here. And then in this one, I'll put loose stuff like keys or AirPods or whatever else stuff that maybe I want quick access to, but I don't want mixed in with like snacks and food. Um, yeah. The only thing I don't like about marsupial gear stuff, I need to change this, is just these plastic tabs that are on all the zippers. They can rattle and make noise. I plan to make that change soon on both my vinyl harness and any pouches I have for marsupial gear, which, if you're curious, I did contact Marsupial about that. If it voids the warranty, they said it does not. I'm running the Nalgene holder. This Nalgene holder, this is the Nalgene from EXO, but this top is from Hardside Hydration, the Swig rig, I believe it's called. And this hose, you can just clip into here. I find I like the convenience of having water external to the rest of the pack, which is why I like the Nalgene holder. If I can clip this on, maybe. There we go. And then I run this tube behind um, the load lifters, and then I have this clip on here, and I basically run it just like that. And so I can just sip on water, or whatever I have in there. It's usually actually Gatorade, and I can just sip on that throughout the day to get calories and some hydration. Little call pouch. This is from EXO Mountain Gear. It works pretty well. Sometimes my calls get folded. It's pretty tight, but it's convenient to have there. On the other side, I usually put my headlamp in here. This is just another marsupial. I think it's just called the shoulder strap pouch mesh. I couldn't find one that was just a single. I'd prefer to have it up here, but this does fine. I couldn't ever find a pouch that was just one Molly strip, I guess, Molly attachment to put something like that in there. But I think this is technically made for like a 16-ounce Costco water bottle, but I just usually put my headlamp in there. On this right hip, this is from Everly stock. Just I had two panels left of Molly on here, and found this to be, like a soft, just small for extra storage of stuff. For archery hunting, I don't know if anyone's run the Beast broadheads, but I put those little finger tabs in here. What else have I put in here before? I've put AZAC Equipment makes a trekking pole like mount that you can attach your binocular to if you have one of those ARCA um, adapters, one of those vinyl clamps. I put that in here. Yeah, just as, I guess, extra storage. Um, this So most of the holsters out there, including RAZCO, I've got a holster from RAZCO which I really like. Runs this G code system, that is basically, the idea is that you can switch your holster out multiple different attachments. instead of buying multiple holsters, you can just take that Kydex holster and switch it to multiple platforms through this system. Let me grab the holster that's up here. All right, so here's a couple examples of this RAZCO holster. You can see on the back here, there's like these three prongs, three studs, screws on them. This is for P365XL. I run G9 external hollow points or even the Woodsman. I have both. They're solid copper bullet. That's what I run for ammo, if anyone's curious. So on my pack, if I can get closer, these studs fit into there and has a little retainer push there. Now the holster's in there and does not come loose. So it only takes up two panels of your MOLLE system, hangs further back, and you can cant it either forward or backwards. I cant it backwards. That's just what I found most comfortable for me, but it's just more customizability than just a full 4-panel straight up and down. Like I did run one of those. RAZCO has one that takes up all 4 panels, and my arm was constantly hitting the part of the grip that's like stippled and would just like rub on my clothes and fray and things like that. So this is back and out of the way, but I can still reach behind and grab my pistol should I need it. And just to release it, there's these tabs right here. You push in, pull it up and out, pops out, just like that. So I know this isn't about pack, but there's other, from RAZCO. This is called the Roamer system, I believe. This is for chest only if you just had it on you just wanted to carry a pistol on your chest. Same principle. You can mount this in here and it's on there on your chest like that. There's this little tab here where those 3 prongs stick out. Pull the tab and it's free. This one goes underneath the vinyl harness. This works for a marsupial gear. I guess it goes this way. Hangs on the tabs there. Hangs like this. Then I also have a hip belt one. This is not from RAZCO. This is from G Code, who also makes the one that goes on the side of the pack. G Code, makes this one that just goes on your belt, and same thing. I have it canted the way that I want it to be, and same system that's on the pack. This one's just hip belt versus a MOLLE. But so that's a short explanation of my pack customized to what I like. As far as fit, I think everything fits phenomenally for me. I've customized the height of the shoulder straps and everything. I've considered getting a 5,000 bag. I haven't needed it yet, but I feel like the more that I hunt and the longer days that I hunt, or longer hunts overall, I should say, the more days, as far as like, is it, instead of a 3 or 5 day hunt, it's a 10-day hunt, I would want a 5,000 bag. The biggest thing I found for comfort for a pack is where the weight distribution is. So I'm new to backpack hunting. I went to the Hunt Expo in Salt Lake City and tried on several packs. They all had, 40 to 50 pounds. Being new to backpack hunting, they all felt uncomfortable to me. They all felt the same. It's just like, this doesn't feel that great. The reason I went with an EXO and invested is because when going to their booth and trying on their stuff and having them explain the design behind the bag and all the features, like, it just gave me confidence that they knew what they're talking about. And now that this has been 2-3 years ago that I bought this pack and frame, but now that I have more familiarity with it and have also tried other packs since at the Hunt Expo, I can undoubtedly say the EXO K4 is the most comfortable pack, especially if you're under that, 100-pound range. Anything that 80, 100-pound range, it gets a little bit more uncomfortable regardless of the pack. But I would say the initial ascent pack is anyway, I guess I won't talk about other packs, but this is a great pack. But the initial ascent, I would say, for anything over 100 pounds, it's just a more stiff carbon frame. And I think Steve and Mark would say, like, yeah, it probably is a more comfortable pack for over that weight. This is more of like what's 90% of the weight that you're carrying for hunts, this is the more comfortable pack, and I agree. So, but the biggest thing I have found for comfort is load distribution, particularly, I guess, both left and right and vertically. Um, this is almost creates a pivot point, and it's either going to, depending on where the load is, it's either going to push into your back like this if you don't have enough load lift coming forward. So you can have the weight up here and then have the load lift come forward. But if it's too far forward, then this top portion of the butt pad is just going to be pushing into your back like this, and it's going to be more, over the top of your shoulders. Whereas if the weight's coming down like this, it's just the opposite, where this part of the butt pad is pushing into the bottom of your back, and then you feel like you're falling backwards, and there's more stress on this part of the shoulders. So the idea is to have the weight evenly distributed instead of, teetering forward or backwards, that it's vertically coming straight up and down, which is part of why the load lifters are so important, is that you can kind of customize like where that is leaning. But the better you can load your pack in the first place, the better, and get it to go up and down and straight down into your hips. Okay. So that's what I have found has been most important as far as pack comfort, is just knowing how to load the load to the pack and get the weight distributed. In December, here in Utah, they have a late season bull tag. I had a buddy draw that tag and was successful. I helped him pack that bull out and had a rear quarter on the back on this frame. Thought I had it pretty good loaded, but because it's, irregular shape, it's not like a sandbag. I had too much weight off to the left side of the pack, and we were side hilling, the mountains like this, and we're side hilling all the way down, and we went, something like 1,500 feet elevation just downhill, and the left side, I was leaning left, my pack and the load was leaning left, and we were side hilling, I guess into the right side. So gravity kind of wanted to take me to the left, and my whole left side was more sore the next day. I should have stopped and readjusted it, but I just went through. Could have been more comfortable, but needless to say that yes, more practice with like distributing the load and where it should be is key to pack comfort. As far as customizability, no changes in my mind. I guess I could get rid of this, but it's not that big of a nuisance. I don't see a reason to get rid of it. I like storage and pockets to be able to separate things and get them when I need them. The only other thing would be, a bigger size bag. I ended up going with the 3600. Honestly, if anyone's shopping for a bag, I'd recommend just going with the 5000, because it will cover probably 99% of all your hunts. And in my opinion, it's a better bag design. I was just trying to save, it's an expensive pack. I was trying to save just a little bit of money for the smaller bag and didn't think I'd need it. But in all honesty, the horseshoe zip, in my opinion, is a much better design than just the vertical zip that comes on the 3600. So I would say just, it's not much weight difference. It's maybe like, I don't know how much more money it is, but the 5000 cube bag is probably the better one to go for, in my opinion. But yeah, that is all that I have regarding the pack system.